where the daredevils of Hollywood finally came to rest. These are the final resting places of 40 of the bravest stunt performers and action specialists who ever risked their lives for the camera. Yakima Canutt, the legendary cowboy stuntman and second unit director whose innovations created the entire vocabulary of modern action filmmaking, died May 24, 1986, age 90. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Canutt was the man who fell beneath thundering stagecoaches in countless westerns and choreographed the chariot race in Ben-Hur. His grave honors the founding father of Hollywood stunt work, a man whose techniques and rigging systems made every action sequence that followed possible. Ken Maynard, the cowboy star and trick rider who performed virtually all of his own riding stunts during the silent and early sound Western era, died March 23, 1973, age 77. Buried at San Fernando Mission Cemetery in Mission Hills, California. Maynard's daring horseback work in dozens of westerns helped establish the cinematic vocabulary of the Hollywood cowboy. His grave in the San Fernando Valley honors a man whose horsemanship blurred the line between movie star and rodeo legend during one of the most colorful periods in film history. Tom Mix, the silent Western superstar who performed nearly all of his own dangerous riding and roping stunts, died October 12, 1940, age 60, in a single-car accident in Arizona. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, Mix appeared in nearly 300 films and built much of his legend on the genuine physical danger he embraced on screen. His grave in Glendale is one of the most historic resting places connected to the golden age of the silver screen Western. Buster Keaton, the stone-faced silent film genius whose physical stunts remain unmatched a century later, died February 1, 1966, age 70. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Keaton performed staggering feats including the famous falling house facade in Steamboat Bill Jr. and the chase across the moving train in The General. His grave is a cherished destination for cinephiles who consider him the greatest physical performer ever to step in front of a movie camera. Harold Lloyd, the silent comedy legend whose dangling clock tower stunt in Safety Last became one of the most iconic images in film history, died March 8, 1971, age 77, of prostate cancer. Entombed at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, Lloyd performed his death-defying skyscraper sequences, having already lost a thumb and forefinger to a prop bomb explosion years earlier. His grave honors a performer whose courage in front of the camera defined the daredevil spirit of silent comedy. Dar Robinson, the legendary high-fall specialist whose record-setting jumps redefined what stuntmen could do, died November 21, 1986, age 39, in a motorcycle accident during the filming of Million Dollar Mystery. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills, Robinson set multiple world records for high falls, including a jump from the CN Tower in Toronto. His grave honors a performer whose calculated bravery pushed the entire profession to new heights. John Wayne, the towering Western icon who performed many of his own riding and fighting sequences across decades, died June 11, 1979, age 72, of stomach cancer. Buried at Pacific View Memorial Park in Corona del Mar, California, Wayne's grave was unmarked for 20 years before a marker was finally placed, adding an element of quiet mystery to the resting place of one of the most physically committed leading men in Hollywood history. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckling Hollywood star who performed many of his own sword fights and acrobatic action sequences, died October 14, 1959. Age 50, of a heart attack, buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale. Flynn brought genuine athletic ability to his roles as Robin Hood, Captain Blood, and dozens of other action heroes. Legend holds that a few bottles of whiskey were buried with him, a fitting send-off for one of Hollywood's most famously thirsty and athletic stars. Roy Rogers, the king of the cowboys whose riding and roping made him a film and television legend, died July 6, 1998, age 86, of congestive heart failure, buried at Sunset Hills Memorial Park in Apple Valley, California. Rogers performed nearly all his own horseback work alongside his beloved horse Trigger across decades of westerns. His grave in the Mojave Desert honors a singing cowboy whose riding skills were as genuine as his persona. Gene Autry, the singing cowboy and skilled horseman who performed his own riding sequences in dozens of westerns, died October 2, 1998, age 91. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills, Autry was a genuine rancher and rodeo participant whose physical confidence on horseback translated perfectly to the screen. His grave honors a pioneer of Western entertainment whose horseback work helped define the entire genre. Ben Johnson, the Oscar-winning actor and former rodeo champion, who performed virtually all his own stunts across a long career in westerns, died April 8, 1996, age 77, of a heart attack, buried at Pawhuska City Cemetery in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Johnson was a genuine cowboy long before he became an actor, and brought authentic horsemanship to every film he ever made. His grave on the Oklahoma plains honors a man whose riding skill was inseparable from his identity as a performer. Richard Farnsworth, the longtime stunt double and rider who eventually became an Oscar-nominated leading actor, died October 6, 2000, age 80, buried at Lincoln Memorial Park in Lincoln, New Mexico. Farnsworth spent more than 30 years as a stuntman, doubling for stars including Henry Fonda and Roy Rogers before his late career emergence as a respected dramatic actor. His grave honors a quiet legend whose journey from stunt rider to leading man is one of Hollywood's most remarkable stories. Bob Steele, the wiry Western leading man known for his quick reflexes and convincing fight scenes, died December 21, 1988, age 81, of emphysema, buried at Eternal Hills Memorial Park in Oceanside, California. Steele appeared in nearly 200 westerns and was famous throughout the industry for performing his own punches and tumbles. His grave near the San Diego coast honors one of the most prolific working cowboys in the entire history of the B-Western genre. Tim McCoy, the early Western star and former U.S. Army cavalry officer whose authentic riding skills made him a beloved cinematic cowboy, died January 29, 1978, age 86, buried at Saguaro Memorial Park in Nogales, Arizona. McCoy was a genuine horseman whose military cavalry background gave his on-screen riding sequences a level of authenticity unmatched by most performers of his era. His grave in the Arizona borderlands honors one of the most genuine cowboys ever to ride on film. Bob Allen, the workhorse Western actor and stuntman who appeared in dozens of cowboy pictures during the 1930s and 1940s, died March 6, 1998, age 91, buried at Pinecrest Cemetery in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Allen was a reliable second-tier cowboy star whose physical commitment to his roles helped him build a long and steady career during the heyday of the studio system. His grave in Cape Cod honors a working actor whose writing skills kept him employed for decades. Iron Eyes Cody, the longtime Western character actor and accomplished horseman, died January 4, 1999, age 94, buried at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles. Cody worked in westerns for more than 7 decades and performed countless riding and roping sequences across his enormously long career. His grave at one of Hollywood's most storied cemeteries honors a familiar face whose horseback skills sustained him through several generations of changing tastes. Audie Murphy, the most decorated American combat soldier of World War II, who later starred in dozens of westerns and performed many of his own riding stunts, died May 28, 1971, age 45, in a small plane crash. Buried at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, Murphy brought authentic combat experience and natural athleticism to every role he ever played. His grave at Arlington honors a true American hero whose Hollywood career produced more than 40 action films. Clayton Moore, the iconic Lone Ranger whose horseback skills and athletic action sequences defined the masked Western hero for generations, died December 28, 1999, age 85, of a heart attack. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills, Moore performed countless riding sequences and fights across his long association with the role and remained the public face of the Lone Ranger for decades. His grave honors a performer who took the responsibility of being a hero to children seriously his entire life. Vic Morrow, the intense character actor of Combat and other action productions, died July 23, 1982, age 53, in the tragic helicopter accident during the filming of Twilight Zone the movie. Buried at Hillside Memorial Park in Culver City, Morrow was known throughout the industry for his physical commitment to his roles, and his terrible death on set led to lasting changes in Hollywood safety regulations. His grave honors a serious actor whose loss became a permanent warning to the industry. Charles Bronson, the tough guy action icon of the Death Wish series and dozens of westerns who performed many of his own fighting sequences, died August 30, 2003, age 81, of pneumonia. Buried at West Windsor Cemetery in West Windsor, Vermont, near his country home, Bronson brought a quiet, physically credible intensity to every action role he ever took. His grave in the New England countryside honors one of the most beloved tough guys in the entire history of action cinema. Lee Marvin, the Oscar-winning leading man whose military background and physical presence made him a credible action star, died August 29, 1987, age 63, of a heart attack. Buried at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, Marvin was a decorated Marine combat veteran whose wartime experiences informed every action role he ever played. His grave at Arlington honors a man whose toughness on screen was the genuine article from start to finish. Charles Napier, the chiseled character actor and physical performer of countless action films and television episodes, died October 5, 2011, age 75. Buried in his beloved Bardstown, Kentucky, Napier appeared in dozens of films for directors, including Jonathan Demme and Russ Meyer, and brought genuine physical commitment to every role he ever took. His grave in the Bluegrass State honors a working actor whose square jaw and tough guy presence made him a beloved supporting figure. L.Q. Jones, the longtime Western character actor and physical performer in countless Sam Peckinpah productions, died July 9, 2022, age 94, buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Jones appeared in nearly every Peckinpah Western and brought a wiry physical authenticity to every role. His grave honors a beloved member of the unofficial Peckinpah Stock Company whose riding and fighting work made him a familiar presence in some of the most violent and beautiful westerns ever made. Strother Martin, the unforgettable character actor whose physical work in Cool Hand Luke and dozens of westerns made him a beloved presence, died August 1, 1980, age 61, of a heart attack. Buried at Holy Cross Cemetery in Culver City, Martin's distinctive voice and unforgettable physical performances became permanent fixtures of American film history. His grave at Holy Cross honors one of the most beloved character men of the late golden age of Hollywood westerns and action cinema. Warren Oates, the rugged character actor whose physical commitment to demanding roles made him a star of Sam Peckinpah westerns, died April 3, 1982, age 53, of a heart attack. Buried at Live Oak Cemetery in Sonora, California, Oates brought a believable working-class physicality to every role he ever took, from Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia to The Wild Bunch. His grave in the Sierra foothills honors one of the most genuine and physically committed actors of his generation, Brandon Lee, the rising young martial artist and action star whose career was tragically cut short during the filming of The Crow, died March 31, 1993, age 28, from a prop gun accident on set. Buried at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington, beside his father Bruce Lee, the two graves together form one of the most powerful and emotional pilgrimage sites in the entire country, honoring a martial arts family taken far too soon by two separate tragedies. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist, actor, and philosopher whose action choreography redefined the entire genre, died July 20, 1973, age 32, from cerebral edema. Buried at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington, beside his son Brandon Lee. Lee performed virtually all of his own incredible physical action and brought a new level of athletic credibility to martial arts cinema. His grave is a sacred site for martial artists and action film fans from around the world. Roddy Piper, the legendary professional wrestler and action film star of They Live, whose physical commitment defined every role he ever played, died July 31, 2015, age 61, of cardiac arrest. Buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills, Piper brought a wrestling-honed physicality to his films and was famous for his willingness to perform extended fight sequences without doubles. His grave honors a performer whose physical bravery and unmistakable charisma made him a cult action hero.